everyone, and today I will be showing you the basics of redstone. It's for the people who don't really know how my contraptions work because they use really simple things, mechanics, whatever you call them. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, go away, go away. Okay, so the first thing is redstone dust and torches. So redstone dust has two shapes, so it's like a star and a dot. So redstone dust can be turned on and off by a lever, a button, and by many other power sources. So redstone dust can be curved like this or redirected by power sources and other things like other pieces of redstone dust. One other block is the target, which can also redirect redstone dust. Redstone dust can climb one block like this, but it cannot climb two. And there are some blocks called transparent blocks, even though some of them aren't see-through, like a slab. But it has to be a top slab. It can't be a bottom slab like this, or else you can't place redstone dust on it. So you turn it on, and then it's like a ladder, and you can continue to expand this. Yeah. Also, redstone dust can only go up to 15 blocks, so keep that in mind when you're making ladders. Now, redstone torches can only be on when the block they're on isn't powered. And powering blocks we'll get into sooner. So, redstone torches power the block above them. But if it's transparent, then it won't be able to power it. Also, redstone lamps, powered blocks can power redstone lamps adjacent to them. So they can't be diagonal or 2 blocks away. And they can't be diagonal. And they also power all the blocks around them. Like this. So yeah. So now we're on to pistons and redstone blocks. So there are two kinds of pistons. Piston, normal piston, and a sticky piston. The normal piston pushes blocks, but it doesn't pull them back. The sticky piston, however, pushes them and pulls them back. But if you toggle it really fast like this, then it spits out its block. So they can also be powered by the blocks around them like this. And by redstone torches too. But like redstone dust, it has a limit of 12 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, and this is the last block it cannot push, 13. It cannot push 13 blocks. Obsidian is kind of like a block it cannot push nor pull, like this. But it still can pull. The only thing is that obsidian, I guess it's like too heavy to push or pull. And there's this thing called QC for short, or quasi-connectivity. It's like pistons can be powered like when a redstone block is diagonal or on top of them, like this, or like this. But if you break it, then like you have a piston that's constantly on. Now you can see this. You can see with this example that both of the pistons get powered when I power these two blocks. And you could also power two pistons like this with a block and redstone dust. Now, dust, although it isn't touching it, it can sort of like update pistons like this. So it can like provide a short pulse. And yeah, that's it for pistons. Okay, so now we're on observers. Wait, what the? Okay, so observers provide a short enough pulse for sticky pistons to spit out their block, like this. And they can be chained like this, where they look for a block update. So like placing a block, breaking a block, like a lot of things they can detect. Even things that we can't see, like a trapdoor opening and closing in the same game tick. So game ticks are like, they happen once every 20th of a second, and like everything happens in something has to happen in one of those 1/20th of a second. So like a trapdoor can open and close in 1/20th of a second, or like powered and then powered again, or like powered and then unpowered. Anyway, so chaining them is like, it adds a bit of delay, and like it sends the signal of a longer path like this. Right now, you can also create constant firing like this, where it keeps turning on and off, and then it makes pistons go crazy. And yeah, that's a lot of things you could do with observers. What are you doing now? Go. Okay, now we're on repeaters and comparators. So repeaters and comparators look like this. So comparators measure how much stuff is in a chest, a brewing stand, a composter, and a cauldron, plus many more, like a barrel, a dropper, and something, and a lot of other things. So comparators can be turned on and off. They have subtraction mode, like this, which I'll explain right there. So if this side power, like we can measure it by using redstone dust and the F3 screen. See, right here it says 0. So if you turn this on and this on, if this piece of redstone dust is greater, like the power is greater or equal to this one, then it will output a signal. But if you're in subtraction mode, it's this, the back power subtracted by the side power. So since they're both 15, 15 minus 15 is 0. So it outputs 0. And subtraction mode can also be used with composters. So this one is at level 8 and this one's only at level 3. So this one, of course, has a greater signal strength than this one. And since this one is outputting a weaker signal strength to the side of this comparator, it will output a signal. And when I pulled this composter up, it has a power level of 1. And the thing is with repeaters is that you could do this thing called locking, where like with the composter, I locked the repeater so it cannot be turned on. But if I unlock it, turn it on, and then lock it, then it stays on. So that can also do the same with repeaters like this. So yeah, that's it with the repeaters. Oh wait, one more thing. Repeaters set the signal strength back to 15. So you see now it's 12, right here it's 12, and now it's 15. Hello. And here it's 12, and there's 12 here. Alright, yeah, now that's it. Alright, now we're on honey and slime blocks. So these are what they look like. So, slime blocks and honey blocks don't stick together, but they can pull blocks with them. So if you want to push and pull a block like right here, like all these blocks, then it can push all of them like this. Same with honey, except the thing is that the two don't stick together. So you can push this one and this one individually. And there are these things called flying machines that you could build like this. And there's some smaller ones and a lot faster ones. So here's what they look like. And watch out, Firelord or Osicats, because the plane is coming. And yeah, that's it with honey. So now we are on inputs and minecarts. So an input, like a button, buttons create a power source for redstone components like redstone dust and lamps. Levers provide a permanent source, but it can also be turned off. Redstone blocks are actually permanent though, because there's no way to turn them off. And pressure plates are another power source. And stone pressure plates. So pressure plates are like buttons, except you just need a stand on them for them to activate. And there's a lightweight pressure plate and a heavyweight pressure plate. I don't know why they called this one lightweight, because gold is denser, but whatever. So this is a detector rail, and it's kind of like the pressure plate for a minecart. And the cool thing about this is that it's like it also powers the block that it's on top of, that the detector rail is on top of. Like this, you see the detector rail is on, and then you put a redstone lamp here and it's on, but you place a redstone block and it's not on. So that's something detector rails and minecarts are better at, but redstone blocks can be placed without anything around them, like this. But you see, I'm trying to place the detector rail, but it can't place. So that's something good about redstone blocks. And yeah, that's pretty much it with inputs. And now this is the final part. Everything else, including the stuff you don't need to know. Well, almost everything else. So hoppers can there's this block called hopper, and it's kind of like an item drain. So it sucks things into itself, and then it blows it out into the next thing. So now it's throwing out the last block I dropped in there. And now fence gates, they're like another block that observers can detect updating. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So as note blocks, they also provide an update for observers. Railing can also be used as something to update pistons. This cyan concrete powder is kind of like a gravity block. So like it falls back into the place where a normal piston finally feels like a sticky piston. Powered rails accelerate minecarts. Like a lot of people know this, even the people who don't do redstone. But also, dispensers can dispense water into leaves, and then an observer detects that, and then it activates the piston above. And you can make a short pulse with observers, droppers, and hoppers, and comparator. And then you activate the observer, and then it makes a short pulse because the item in here, gets sent up here and then back down. So, Firelord or Asakaz, can you flick this lever while I look into this hopper? You saw that item just for a bit, and that's what the comparator is detecting. And this part is just like minecart on detector rail is kind of like a redstone block, but better and worse. So, you know, the classic outro. Oh, oops. Ooh. Ooh, thank you. Also, yeah, if you subscribe, I'll thank you, like in my channel description. Let's kill this guy. Alright, thanks for watching, and bye!